Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. Welcome to the Tales of Woe, where we talk about Holly weirdos and their fall from grace. We need some sort of theme music for a segment called Fall from Grace or Tales of Woe. I like Tales of Woe. Yeah, you guys do? Yeah, I like Tales of Woe. And here's the thing: I really don't want to wish any bad luck on anybody, because I don't want any bad luck on myself. We have enough, and it doesn't matter to me what your politics are. You know, you want people to be happy. I don't want them to be happy at my expense. I'm not going to sell leftism out like, hey, you can have your utopia because, I'm, at my expense. No, you're not going to make my life miserable with your insanity. But I don't want you to be miserable. If you say, Kevin, I'd love to get more acting roles or more jobs. Okay, I wish you luck, Holly weirdo. But if you say to me, I really wish that President Trump would die, and then I go, I can't go with you on that. If that makes you happy, that's happiness at the expense of somebody else, and you don't have that right. I know Holly weirdos think they do, but they don't. So, when I get a story about these ingenues that are out there, these young Hollywood up and coming stars that I quite frankly don't find that fascinating. But when I see them, I then say to myself, I wonder when they hit the news with things of politics, it makes me stop and take pause. It really does. And I often wonder how these little Holly weirdos see things. Because one of Hollywood's most high-paid actresses and most sought-out performers, Jennifer Lawrence, revealed that she is without gig. Yeah. And on top of being without current gig, the outspoken leftist has informed the world that there is no job in the queue. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Hollyweird, but I have a couple of buddies there. And here's what they tell me when I talk to them. They say things like, yeah, Kev, I've got a couple of scripts that I'm looking over or whatever. And I hear that. I'm talking about, I'm not going to drop names, but, people, and they'll go, yeah, okay, I'm looking at a script that was, we'll be talking movies. And go, yeah, I got a script like that a year ago. Or I've got 2 scripts that we're working on that are kind of along that line. And I go, oh, well, cool, great. Maybe we'll get to see it. But no, this particular Holly weirdo has nothing in queue. Hard to believe that Jennifer Lawrence, the star of the Hunger Games, is having trouble getting booked for any new movies. Thus, what she defines as a career break. Now, I don't know if you've ever lost a job, whether you were fired, whether you were laid off or whatever. Did you call it a career break? I don't know what you call it. If I only got laid off, well, I didn't get laid off. They gave us a package because they brought a team over to do something, and we were eminently good at, and that's not the right word. We were really good at it, and they canceled the contract 8 months into this 1-year contract. They go, we've changed our minds. So they bought out, the 4 months, gave us another, I don't know, a year or something like that. We got our parachutes and we left. Jumped out of the plane. But I didn't call it a career break. I called it they let us go. It wasn't for any fault of ours. We didn't take it personally. They changed directions. The board said, we thought we wanted to do this. Now that we're on the way to doing it, we're a little scared because they thought their labor rates were going to go down, which they ultimately went down just on their own, not because of what we were going to do. We would have made this company majorly successful. And I think you guys will go with me on this because you probably didn't know who I was 8 years ago, and I'm pretty successful now. But I promise you, I was good at what I did, and we were going to make these guys stars. But they decided to change direction. But I didn't call it a career break. Shoot. A career break is when you say, I've done a lot. I'm going to take a year off. go to Europe, have some fun or whatever, and then I'll come back and I'll resume. That's a career break. If you don't have like the other end of that equation, in other words, there's a break and you don't have the beginning at this time, I'll reconvene. It's not a career break. If there's nothing in your queue, it's not a career break. If it depends on people calling you and you have no control over it, it's not a career break. See, if you say, I'm going to take a year off, I've already cleared it with my company, or I'm going to take a year off, I'll get back into the scheme of things because people love me and they know that they want my services and people are bidding on your services because you're awesome, as I was, then yes, you could call it a career break. But even as awesome as I was, I didn't call it a career break. Management consulting is difficult. And when I wrote my book and I got out of, and I was doing what I was doing, you know what I was thinking? Dude, because of the road you're traveling down, mister, you may not be able to just segue back into the scheme of things the way you thought. So I knew that this quote career break could be permanent. And it has been so far. Now, I have a plan. I'm not an idiot. But it wasn't going to be this thing. So I'm looking at Jennifer Lawrence, who says she's taking this career break. And here's what they said at DML Daily. Trump trashing actress Jennifer Lawrence told NBC's Today co-host Savannah Guthrie Thursday that she's planning on taking a break from her career after revealing that she isn't booked to take on any new projects for the foreseeable future. I don't have anything set for 2 years, she says. I think I'm just taking a break. I'll see you in 6 months. Now, I'm not surprised by this. My team, we looked this over, and her last few movies haven't done that well. Her most recent film is a film called Mother with an exclamation point. I don't know if she's implying something or if she's just screaming at her mother, but it's Mother exclamation point. And it brought in a humiliating $8 million opening weekend. Now, suffice it to say, that doesn't even cover promotional cost. Now you say, well, Kevin, that's first weekend. It's got more time and blah, blah, blah. Well, true. But it isn't doing it. They want her bursting out of the seams at $40 million. They've already recovered, cost. And the next weekend and all that's profit. That's what they're expecting. They said this. Jennifer Lawrence's new movie, Mother, has left critics bemused and baffled, with one labeling it the worst movie of the century. Directed by her partner, Darren Aronofsky, the grim psychological thriller is causing audiences to leave in a daze, stunned by the, quote, tasteless nightmare, as one review dubbed it. New York Observer critic Rex Reed said, with so much crap around to clog the drain, I hesitate to label it the worst movie of the year when worst movie of the century fits it even better. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. Wow. Unemployed is what she is. She's not taking a career break. And I'll tell you something. It's a matter of, this is a subjective comment. I don't find her that talented. I don't. Is she that good of an actress? Look, there was a scene in Get Shorty where Delroy what's her name? Delroy Lindo? Anyway, the black dude in Get Shorty, he says, I've seen better film on teeth. And that's exactly when I see her act, I'm like, what's the big deal? I know girls that can act their butts off compared to her. But it's like Hollywood gets somebody that, I don't know, that they fixate on. And they go, we're gonna prop her up. She's the latest darling, I guess. So, but then why do they forsake her? Why are they not giving her roles? Lawrence gave Hollywood what it wanted. She dissed Donald Trump. She supports Hillary Clinton. She is anti-Trump. And generally speaking, that's all it takes to be successful in Hollywood. Look at the Emmys the other day. A veritable homage to Trump haters. Filled with comedic hacks who would have no careers without jokes bashing the president. And I use jokes in my finger quotes. They are not funny in the least. Colbert he's become a caricature onto himself. The Colbert Report. I'll put it, look, we talked about this already, but Hollywood was embarrassed by itself. And then the ratings came out, worst ever. I told you guys, I did the ratings of the Emmys, and I gave you the numbers. 11.3 million in 2016. Previous worst year in 2000 I don't remember the year, but it was when Doogie Howser did it. What's his name? Neil Patrick Harris, something like that. He had the worst. This one was the worst. Where's it going? Hollywood needs to check itself. More back when we get on Jennifer Lawrence when we come back.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.